Good morning, everyone. This is Robin with Scrapping with the Delta Diva, and I'm here with a project today that I think you guys are going to really enjoy. This is a project that I learned to make while I was at my scrapbooking and crafting retreat in May, and I have to give a shout out to Kim, aka Bling Dazzler, for showing this project to me and the other ladies that were at the retreat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the basics of how to turn this into this. This is a perpetual card organizer. And so what it is it has a calendar on each of the pages, and you can write names on the dates, and you can keep this from year to year because it doesn't matter what year it is, because you're just writing on the dates. You can keep this and have it ready so you can keep up with your birth dates and anniversaries and all that kind of stuff. It's a wonderful gift. It doesn't take much time to put together. It's really, really simple, and I really enjoyed it. It took me less time than you think to put this whole thing together. So let's get started with the basics. What you're going to need is 6 pages of coordinated cardstock that is also double-sided. Okay, so let's talk about just how I made this project a whole lot easier than it could have been. The reason why the project was so easy is because I used a page kit to make my project. And a page kit, this page kit is by Crate Paper. It's the Cottage Collection Kit. And I got it at a scrapbooking store in Tyler where our retreat was. Shout out to Memory Lane Scrapbooking and Crafting Retreat. But I got this at a scrapbooking store in Tyler that it was National Scrapbook Day, so they were having a big sale and everything. So I think I might have gotten this for $6 or something like that. But anyway, the reason why I like using a page kit is because everything is already in there. It's all coordinated, and you don't really have to think about, does this paper go, does that paper go, what designs am I going to use, do I have matching elements and embellishments and everything. It's all in the kit for you. So in this particular kit, they included several pieces of, there were 16 pieces of double-sided cardstock. There were also stickers and other cardboard embellishments, and so it just really made everything really simple for not only the book but the cards that I included on the inside. So again, when you use a page kit, it makes everything a no-brainer. It's already all there, coordinated, colors match, everything is perfect. So I really encourage you to use a page kit. So let's talk about the meat of the project. How did I make this? You're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard, and you're going to cut that chipboard at 8 inches by 6 inches. And it's very important that you stick to 8 inches by 6 inches, otherwise the other things won't match up and won't fit in your book. So we got some raw chipboard. I cut the 8 inches first, and then I was able to take the 6 inch and just cut it in half, and I got the back and the front out of 1 piece of chipboard. And then I cut the covers, 2 for each piece of chipboard at 8 inches and 6 inches, and glued them on with whatever glue you want to use. I used a glue runner, my ATG gun, and as you can see, it's holding beautifully. And so then I went in with some distress ink and just kind of distress the edges just to give it more, because this paper collection has kind of a vintage feel. So I went in with my distress ink just to give it a more vintage feel and to cover up the raw edge of the chipboard, and that helped, to me, help pull it all together. So let's talk about the inside of the album. So again, you need 6 pages of double-sided 12 by 12 paper. And I'm using this Halloween paper from Teresa Collins today just to demonstrate. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure 6 inches, 6 inches in, and you're going to put a little hash mark. And then you're going to line up your ruler, and you're going to score your paper at the 6-inch mark. Then from this length, you're going to measure 8 inches. And put a little hash mark. And then you're going to score your paper at the 8-inch, but in the opposite direction. So you want your 8-inch and your 6-inch score to cross, to intersect. So once you do that, then you fold at your 6-inch, your 4-inch. Fold it up. And then you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half with the 4-inch fold on the outside. And what that does is you've made a page with a pocket on each side. And the reason why, now you see why it's important to have double-sided paper. You can have, so both of your designs will show on your page. Excuse me. But probably should, you could also take, if you don't like the way that came out, because I noticed that the words are upside down, I can turn it over, I can fold it in, and I can make a totally different page. So even if you have several sheets of paper that have the same design on them, depending on the way that you fold it, you can get a totally different page and totally different pockets out of that one sheet of paper. So you're going to take your 6 pieces of double-sided cardstock and you're going to score at 8 inches and 4 inches, and making sure that your score marks intersect, and make 6 pages, with 2 pockets each. And so once you do that, then you're going to print out the calendars. Now I designed these calendars on the computer, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to attach these to the blog post. I really don't know how to attach files, but I'm sure one of my friends out there will help me figure that out, how to host it on a free website, and then you can just download them and print them from there. But it's important to cut your calendar pages at 3 3/4 inch by 5 1/2 inch. When you cut them at that 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, they'll fit perfectly on your pocket like this. So, but I encourage you to make all your pages and to bind them first before you start putting on the calendar, because you just need to make sure that you don't, punch your holes through your calendar and, all that neatness stuff, and that us crafters and scrapbookers are all so, concerned about. I bound my album, excuse me, running with a little bit of congestion this morning. I bound my album with a cinch. This is a 1 1/2 inch spiral binding wire. And if you have a cinch machine, you know how to bind, how to use it and how to make the holes and how to bind the album. And so it just winds right through there. And then I added various ribbons to the top. Here are some 1-inch spiral binding wires from Cinch, and you just twist them through. Very easy peasy. On the front, I did use a white craft ink from, oh my gosh, I drew a blank. A white craft ink from Stampin' Up! To stamp Celebrate. I used my Cricut machine to cut out this little placket here, and I did use some pop dots to lift it up a little bit, and then I used these little pebble flower brass to add a little bit more texture and dimension to my book. But pretty much you can get the pages made and your cover done and everything in such a short time that it just comes together really quickly. So then you can move on to your coordinating cards, and this is where, again, using the page kit makes it so simple. I just cut a base and then use some of the elements that came in my page kit to make my cards. And I really like the way the card. You don't have to have a card in every pocket, but it's good to have some in there to start you out, and especially if you're going to give this organizer as a gift to someone, it's good to start them out with some cards. So I really hope that you enjoyed this Perpetual card organizer project. I certainly loved making it, and it's definitely something I will go back to many times, I'm sure, to make gifts and kind of revamp it. I think you could probably do a lot with this. You could do coupons, you could do bills, you could do just all kinds of things. Just take this concept and turn it into many other things. So this has been my Perpetual card calendar organizer with Scrapping with the Delta Diva. Hope you love it, and until next time, smooches.